almost $50, $47.09, going 14.7 miles. But it's going to take an hour and 8 minutes, and it's got a heavy item. And I looked at the heavy item is just a case of water. Unfortunately, either through the customer settings or setup, there's some items that need to be substituted, but it wouldn't let me pick a substitute. And then she said, then she sent me a message, I will take any of that. Well, you need to set it in the app because they won't let me make a substitution. She said, I can't do it. Well, not much I can do. And hopefully if I get the 47, almost made $100, which, with such a slow day, both dashing and Spark, that's a miracle in itself.
The Silver Dasher.
Morning. It's Tuesday. Doing the morning Spark. Already got my order, but I ran into that issue again. Even though I got my other phone powered off and all that, exactly at 5:45, it didn't pop. It didn't do anything. So I quickly reset the app. Sure enough, there was an offer, and I took it. It's going to take a little longer. Let me see here. Yeah, it's almost $50, $47.09, going 14.7 miles. But it's going to take an hour and 8 minutes, and it's got a heavy item. And I looked at the heavy item is just a case of water. But the rest of the items are normal, but it's just a lot, normal food, some cat food, lots of frozen, looks like a couple weeks worth of groceries for a person. But 14 miles, we're going to Ragland with that. So, but yeah, I took it, maybe a little longer than normal, but see these morning Sparks. Even though, we're guaranteed, the in this area, morning shopping, since this is the only Walmart within a 50-mile radius, I only get, on average, just one. Extremely rare I get two. So I try to maximize my trip the most. So this one that's almost $50, yeah, I took it. People, well, there's too many items. Well, if this is the only one I'd get even though I sit and wait from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock to see if I get another order, if this is the only one I get, then I'm almost made almost in one trip, half my goal. So, especially that this is Tuesday, I'll be DoorDashing this afternoon. So, whew. But anyway, let's go to Walmart, do this extreme long shopping. It should be fine. Doesn't seem to be, other than the water, the only thing to worry about. So, all right, let's do the shopping. So, see you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that shopping. It was a little difficult. They didn't want 1 40-gallon of water. They wanted 2. So, and some of the, but the rest of the items were just normal stuff. Unfortunately, either through the customer settings or setup, there's some items that need to be substituted, but it wouldn't let me pick a substitute. And then she said, then she sent me a message, I will take any of that. Well, you need to set it in the app because they won't let me make a substitution. She said, I can't do it. Well, not much I can do. Now she wanted, for example, organic bananas. Okay, well, it allowed, they didn't have any, but it did allow me to, make a suggestion. So I asked her, do you want regular? She said, yeah. Well, app wouldn't let me select the regular bananas. Now I scanned the banana, the codes on the banana. It said, it must weigh it, and then it says invalid item type. I think what it is since it's an organic banana, it had to be another organic type of banana, and not the regular one. So that's what I'm thinking. And she was looking for creamer. Well, they didn't have it, but it wouldn't let me select a replacement. At all, no substitution. And then, I'm going through a school zone and being directed by traffic. And then all of a sudden she wanted Dr. Pepper zero sugar. Well, they didn't have a single, she wanted a 2-liter bottle. Well, they didn't have a single one. And she said, they didn't have any Dr. Pepper? I said, well, you selected zero sugar. They didn't have a single bottle. So, Walmart app is good, but it's not perfect. And if the customer doesn't have their options set up correctly, they're not going to be able to get a lot of substitutions. And I found that if substitutions are allowed, it won't let me select a substitution, for example, another brand of an item, even though this is like the same flavor or something. But if that is like a little bit more expensive, Walmart won't let you select it because it says it's not in the same price range. So, yeah, there's some limitations to that. Also, I don't know if for y'all fellow Spark drivers, I had to re-sign a contract, or I couldn't continue. Drop-offs? No, I'm not doing drop-offs. Look like they're changing the rules for arbitration. If you get deactivated and all that, and you had agreed to do this and do that, so. But it was like a million pages long, so, and if you don't accept it, you can't continue to Spark. So, of course, you have to accept it if you want to Spark. So, yeah, like I said, the shopping wasn't too long, and I got it. I arrived within a minute or two of the length. It was an hour and 8 minutes, and I arrived at the customer at an hour and 10 minutes. And it's all because of the delay of the substitutions. Had to stop what I'm doing, text the customer, do all this. So, yeah. I wish Walmart would adjust the time if you have to do contacts and substitutions. So anyhow, well, I'm out here in Ragland. Been out here with Spark many times, but usually on the if you're familiar with Ragland, there's a cement plant. It's the biggest employer in the town. Well, a lot of times I've delivered before you get to the cement plant. This time I actually had to go through downtown Ragland, past the cement plant, and go further on out and make the delivery there. So, but I will say this: the instructions of the customer were spot on. The app though failed. Not the Spark app, but Google Maps again. So I don't know what it is, but it couldn't find the address and gave me some GPS coordinates. So I had to go override and type in. I looked at the address, and I voiced the address, and it took that, and that took me directly to the address, because the description and the customer says a very long driveway with trees on both. Sure enough, there they were. So have to be careful. Also, here's the other thing I didn't mention this morning, and I just noticed on the map. Home Depot is orange or yellow. I had an offer for Home Depot way before I had, like at 5:30. But the thing is, it was a pickup for $10 to go 17 miles. I don't know. The Home Depot's offers that when they do pop up, they're always like that. So I didn't take it. So, well, I'm past the cement plant, back on the main road. So I'm going to head back to the Walmart, just drive by and see if I get anything. And if not, just head home and wait. And if nothing else happens, fix me something to eat, and we'll be DoorDashing this afternoon. So let's see what happens. See you in a little bit. Well, welcome back. Did not get any, well, I take it back. I did get one shopping offer right before 9 o'clock, but it was not a good shopping. and it was a pharmacy pickup and heavy items, and it was like $26, but for 20 miles. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. So let's go ahead and start the dash. I'm back in Platinum. So I think I have enough points to, well, I take the back, I don't. I have 88 points, and I'm just three points above getting gold again. So we'll just have to play by ear exactly which offers I take or don't take. So let's go ahead and head to the base of operation, which is Cracker Barrel, and see if we can pick up something. So see you in a little bit. Well, I just got an order. It's slightly underwater, but it's almost $10. Slightly, it's $9.50 for 12 miles. Buffalo Wild Wings. I've declined 2 others, but they're like, you know, way under $10, like $6 for 10 miles and stuff like that. So I said, but this is almost $10, and so I'm trying to get something going here. So let's see what happens. So I'm here at Buffalo. I'm going to pick up the order and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Oh, look at you. You show me your belly. Are you showing me your belly? Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Are you being a sweetie pie? Are you being a sweetie pie? All right, can I pet you? Oh, look at Oh, look at that. I'm afraid this is not for you. No, this is not for you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You being a sweetie pie? Are you being a sweetie pie? See, you want somebody to come out here and give you some din-din? You want somebody to come out here and give you din-din? Ooh. Take a screenshot. Ugh, I'm not taking that. $4 for 13 miles. Yeah, I'm going back down to 83. I just dropped off that Buffalo Wild Wings, and I just declined a $4 13 mile offer. But it was to go to the Cinnabon store, but drive all the way back, you know, back to Pell City. But I'm going that way, but, you know, I have to go further out. I had to go further way out and then come all the way back. You know, so no, since I'm coming back anyway. No, but what I just delivered was Buffalo Wild Wings to a repeat Spark and DoorDash customer now. And I looked at the address. I said, wait, I've been out here before. I'm up here right next to the Talladega Speedway. In fact, this is the road I'm on here. This is the Speedway this is Speedway Drive. This is the road that goes in front of the Speedway. And as I mentioned before, this is the same road that, if you ever watch Talladega Nights, Ricky Bubba, at the end of the movie, they all drive out of the racetrack and they drive down the road. This is the road. So I'm just on the far end of it. But yeah, so yeah, I remember delivering an early morning Spark to them. The lady had a puppy dog. The dog was a little shy. But yeah, so now I delivered a DoorDash to them. Slightly out of zone. I don't know why I got that order when I'm out of zone. But that wanted me to go to Cinnabon, which reminds me, which was one of the very first I got that Cinnabon order, my first coming out the door, and it was going to pay me like $13 for 12 months. So I took it, And what happened was, man, what is with all these? Oh, crud. Okay, I'll take this one. Because I don't want to lower in my stuff. Take screenshot. I'll take the one. This is a Dollar General. It's over $7, but it's going to look at the route. I'm just going straight up ahead. But it's going to take me back to Pell City. The other one was way less. Well, I could afford to drop that one, but this I'm still monkeying with. But this one takes me back. At least it takes me, pays me $7 to go back into town. So, but yeah, that's new. Now a repeat Walmart DoorDash customer. So, plus another thing now that I realized, I really want to go ahead and get as many trips in today. I think I'm real close of getting enough deliveries to wipe out that major issue that's taking 5 points away from me because customer claims I didn't deliver their food. So we'll see. We will see. Oh man, we're going all the way to Patton Chapel Road. I know where that. I know which Dollar General that is. That's actually a market, DG Market. So anyway, let's head to Dollar General and then to the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, that was, to be honest, that was pretty easy. I did go to the Dollar General Market over there in Lincoln. Of course, I saw the map. It was bring me back closer to Pell City, which it did. It brought me back to the motel. So now this is my third trip to the motel with DoorDash. Before, I've been doing this, for several months, and I'd never been to the motel. Now this is my third time. So yeah, so they must have like long-term stays, not just for a couple nights, So anyway, so what I'm doing now, instead of getting back on, it's right off the interstate, the motel is. Instead of going down, I'm going this way. This takes me back directly into Pell City, but it puts me at the southern end of the gauntlet. So that's what I'm doing. I'm heading back in, actually more towards the middle of the gauntlet. It's going to take me out, put me out near McDonald's is. So that's what we're doing. We're going to go this way and hit somewhere of the middle of the gauntlet and see what happens and head back up to base. So yeah, that was my third trip to the hotel. And the Dollar General shopping. The thing is that there's a Dollar General right here. I'm passing it, but she did mention that she needed some Tylenol, and all the Dollar Generals, I guess near here, don't have it. And she asked me a question just before I delivered. How many of the little Tylenol things did they have? And I said, I think at least I saw 3 more left. And so that's why she asked for that specific Dollar General. So anyway, that kind of makes sense. So let's head towards the gauntlet, middle of the gauntlet, so it's a half a gauntlet, and see what happens. See you in a little bit. Well, I've been sitting in the Walmart parking lot and had to make a pit stop. But as soon as I started walking in, I was offered a Cracker Barrel order for $2.50 for 2 miles. I didn't take that one. But unfortunately, I'm forced to take this Zaxby, which is $4.50 for 6 miles, because it would put me down to 82%, and I would lose a point. Right now, points are precious right now. Until I get, plus, you know, this will help increase the number of deliveries to hopefully wipe out that major issue, and give me at least get 5 points back. So anyway, but you know, 450 6 mile lease is over $4. I would have never taken it to $2 2 miles, you know. So anyway, so on to Zaxby's and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just delivered that Zaxby's over here by the apartment complex where the old river bridge and the new river bridge over the interstate. Been here many times. In fact, the apartment is 2 levels above the manager's office, who I've delivered 3 times to the manager. So yeah, been here many times. So, but yeah, things are slow. It's already after 1 o'clock, and I've declined three offers, but yeah, because they were really bad. Still Platinum, still trying to. Right now, I'm trying to keep my acceptance at 83 or above right now until I get those points back. I think I'm about 8 or 9 deliveries from wiping out those bad major issues and hopefully get my points back. So we will see. So it wasn't very far, just one exit up from the interstate. In fact, across the interstate is the motel I just delivered. So anyhow, so let's say let's get back to base, so to speak. Let's see, do we have? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Not much stuff is at Hot Zone right now, so things are kind of slow today. I don't know, maybe because of the nice weather. It's now sun's out. The 72 degrees. It's partially cloudy. Very nice. No wind. It's just a nice day. It's like a spring day. Don't know how long it's going to last, but it's nice. So, so let's head back somewhat back to town. Let's see. I'll figure out where I want to park and see what happens. So, see you in a little bit. Things are slow. It's 1:35. Finally got an order for Starbucks for just over $5 for just over 5 miles. So. Yeah, don't know. You know, feast or famine. It's a crapshoot about how things go. So on the Starbucks I go, and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that Starbucks over by one of the sod farm houses, right, the next door neighbor of the one that was really nice that I delivered early in the morning. They're the neighbors. And just as I finished dropping off that order, I picked up a order at my favorite Asian place, the Oishi Asian. And it's just up there. It's a small, you know, almost $5 for 5 miles. You know, that's what I've been getting lately. So let's head over to Oishi pick up the order and then deliver to the customer. So see you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped out the Oishi to a repeat customer. Things are really slow. I'm looking at the map. There's only one hot zone in the entire zone. And it's near Jack's. So that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to head to Jack's and sit at Jack's for a little while. That's where I was when I picked up the Starbucks order. So, looks like I'm going to Taco Bell. Almost $6 for 3 miles. So, take a screenshot. All right, so heading to Taco Bell. See you in a little bit. Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Unless you wanted to, let me make that back there. I'll get that door for you guys.
Oh, I got it. Thank you.
So you have a great one.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just dropped off that Taco Bell to a place I've never been to, right across the street from the Publix. We're in the apartment complex with the steep stairs, right at the red light, delivered to a mortgage company. And she was very sweet. She gave me an extra $5 tip. I thanked her. So I am technically in the gauntlet. It's been real slow, really slow. The only hot spot is near Ulta Beauty, where Whataburger is. So, working my way up there. I think the hot zone also includes the Jack's. So, I'm going to make my way back to Jack's. And the reason is because it's so easy to get in and out. Because Jack's is right next to a red light. And it's easy to get to, so it's easy to go in any direction. So, that made my day. Made me some decent extra money, saying, So it's a little low, but better than other days. We will not mention because people get upset when I mention it. It's a strange day. Long lulls of nothing, and then a couple. I also picked up. I was offered another bad offer. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. It's almost as bad as that PetSmart I had the other day. Let's see here. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Yeah, there it is. Dairy Queen. $4.85 for 14.1 miles. No. I would sacrifice going 83 to go to 82 for that. There's no way. Well, good news, at least this big hot zone that I'm approaching, Jack's is in the middle of that. So let's head to Jack's, park there, see if we can get another order. I got 30 minutes left in the dash. I'm hoping maybe let's get one more offer that's decent, and see what happens. So on the Jack's, see you in a little bit. Well, I'm taking my last dash of the day. I'm sitting at Jack's and I got a Jack's order. It's a high-paying job, $5 for 0.2 miles. So let's go inside and pick up the Jack's and then we'll call it a day. So see you in a little bit. Well, I just delivered that Jack's to a repeat customer of mine. When I saw the address and I saw the direction, I knew it was, and I remember the instructions. It is a lady that she is bound in a wheelchair, and like I said, I delivered before.
Turn right towards 7th.
She didn't come to the door this time, but what I did is I put the food right by the door so she can reach down and grab it without having to come out of the house. So anyway, well, I thought that was my last one, but I went ahead and took a slightly underwater Little Caesars, and this is definitely the last one, because even with this, I hadn't made $50 yet, but with this, I think I'll make over $50. So that makes me feel a little bit better. And so I'm going in there to the app and mark no more offers after this, because then I can end the dash. But yeah, I'm so like going to Little Caesars. I think I'm going back out to no, I'm heading west, so it actually works out because that's makes me a little closer to home. So anyway, so let's go to Little Caesars, pick up the pizza, and then on to the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just delivered at Little Caesars to a repeat business. It's the retirement home out here in Cook Springs. Been here many times. But this is the first time I've delivered this late. It's always been, well, before, it was usually for breakfast. A lot of times I come up here. Occasionally it was lunchtime. I've been here twice as a Spark driver. And just here at the entrance, I told you about the tunnel, only one car going. It's right over there. And on this, and it's a tunnel for a railroad track that goes across. And right on the other side of that tunnel is that store I told you about. That's the mom and pop store that they're going to build a Dollar General on the other side of that track. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, But it's a shame, but it's progress. Sometimes there it is. There's the tunnel. So yeah, so it's now 3:15. This is perfect time. Slightly out of zone. I've in the dash. I tell you this, I have made over $50 at least. That's it's an okay day. And then the exit to my house is the next exit up. So this was a good spot to stop. Like I said, I stopped on DoorDashes at 3. Spark I ended at 4 because usually if I'm doing Spark all day, I'm in Anniston, and I just want to get my money's worth, so to speak. I kind of Spark in Anniston from 11 to 4, and I've done 3 hours in the morning here in Pell City. Now, granted, when I do the Spark in the morning, it's only usually 9 times out of 10 I only get one shopping, and that's it. But I sit there and wait at home till 9 o'clock, and after that, then I get undressed, change clothes, and I fix me something to eat. Then I head on over to Anniston, and then I usually get there about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and that starts sparking there. And so, like I said, I kind of get my money's worth. I try to get at least four trips while I'm in Anniston. A lot of times there's only been 3, and I've only got 4 all day, but that's fine. I try to be picky about my trips that I do while I'm over there. But the opportunity for the better trips are in Anniston. They're not in Pell City. Not during the day. There's too many drivers, too many people take the really bad offers. But I take the guaranteed shopping in the morning. So anyway, so yeah, this was a slow day. I was a little disappointed that I didn't get that second shopping, even though a second shopping was offered for Spark. But it was bad. It was bad. And it was right 5 minutes before I would ended the Spark anyway. So, but heading home. Oh, actually, I gotta get gas first. Yeah, and the gas has gone up. You know, as of this recording, we're right in the middle of the bombing of Iran, and all of a sudden, gas has gone up 50 cents in 1 day. So, all right, let me go gas up before it goes any higher. And then after that, I'll go home and do this summary. So, see you in a little bit. Well, I'm home. It's been an interesting day, long day. I said only dashed to 3 o'clock on Tuesdays on the day I dash. But yeah, the weather was very nice today. That's why I've been in a short sleeve all day today. I was even short sleeve early this morning. Slightly cool, but once I finished the shopping and all, it was good. So yeah, let's go over the numbers. Let's start with the Spark. So, only had one order this morning, but it was a big one. Unfortunately, some of the substitutions were not available, and the app wouldn't let me, and she couldn't change it. So, it was strange. So, for this morning, the confirmed earnings for the Spark was $26.07, and the unconfirmed tips is $21.02. So if I get my tips, that matches this, the original offer, which is $47.09. So yeah, if I get that, that helps a lot, basically, because now we're going to go over the DoorDash. DoorDash numbers. Let me bring it back up. Okay. So, the DoorDash numbers for today, I made $52.07. Like I said, I took that last Little Caesars to bump me over the $50. So with the $52 and hopefully if I get the 47, almost made $100, which, with such a slow day, both dashing and Spark, that's a miracle in itself. I did 8 deliveries, and total dash time is 4 hours and 7 minutes. So now let's look at the ratings, and the ratings a little bit of a shocker. I am back to 92 points out of 100. What has happened is my acceptance rate is now at 87. So I'm at 29 of 30 points there. Now, that's where I'm going to be monkeying with I did not accept a couple, at least 2, 3, no, almost 4 offers today. Where I gained some points was I got back my points back for completion rating. While I was trying to do a video on the navigation button, enhancement that went away, I was trying to get a screenshot of that. And what had happened, just as I was trying to manipulate the screen, an offer popped up in it, and I accidentally hit accept. So I had to cancel that, and that took my completion rate down to 97, and I lost a couple points on that. Now, so that's now been over 100 deliveries since then, so I got those points back. I'm still missing the 5 points of quality rating, where I still have the major issue, which means they're not having even looked at it or something like that. So I'm thinking maybe Thursday when I dash again, definitely by Friday, I think that will go away, because I think I'm approaching close to 100 deliveries since. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, that makes me happy. That now, to give you some idea, let me bring up some of the screenshots. Okay. So I took the Little Caesars, $5 for 9 miles. That's just because I wanted to get over $50. see, which ones did I not take? Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. The Dairy Queen, $4.85 for 14.1 miles. I didn't take that one. I did take that Zaxby's. Here's another one I did not take. Cracker Barrel, $2.45 for 2.1 miles. I didn't take that. Here's another one I did not take. At least I take that back. I did take this. $7. It was a Dollar General for $7.76 for 13 miles. And the reason I took that one, I noticed that the destination would put me closer to home. Is the one before this that I did not take. And that was Cinnabon, 4.45 for 13 miles. It would have taken me further away from base. That's the one I did not take. So for the same amount of miles, I took the one that gave me almost double the amount at $7 instead of $4. And of course, it made me get closer. So, of course, I took the first order, which was the Buffalo Wild Wings, almost $10 for 12 miles. And that's because I've been sitting here I remember I was sitting here for a while. So, yeah. So I am starting to really not take those really big ones. Now, I did take the one that wasn't, the mileage was double, but it put me back. Since I'm going that way anyway, so I make a little money. Now, you have to remember, in my zone, return miles is not as important because, even though I count them on taxes, the way my zone is, the 100 square miles, I have all the restaurants are concentrated, 95% of them in 2 mile road stretch in the city that I live in. Hence, I call the Gauntlet. There's 3 restaurants out there in the next city over in Lincoln, but they're right off the interstate. And there's one in Odeville. So 95% are all in Pell City. So I'm constantly going out. And in order for me to get another order, I've got to come back. So whether I get paid or not, those miles are there. So that's why those return miles, yeah, they're important. But, if I can get orders that are within, of course, over the orders that are, over water, I'll take those. But if it's slightly underwater, I'll take them, because average-wise, I should be making more money than miles. Unless, like I said, in that case where I was already out there and I needed a ride back, basically, and pay for back. So, anyhow. So, excuse me. So that was a very slow day, but I was encouraging that I was unable to manipulate that. I was almost made $100. That's why it's important for me when I do the Spark in the morning that I try to get the biggest one with the smallest mileage as possible. Because, like I said, 9 times out of 10, that's the only shopping I'm going to do, and that's the only Spark I'm going to be able to do in the morning. So that big Spark order, granted, if I get the tips, practically made me half of what I made today. So, anyway, quite an adventure today. Hey, delivered to my 3rd time to the motel, the same motel that it's my 3rd trip there. So, anyhow, but I'm going to call it a day. Still got some leftovers to eat. But if you enjoyed the video, I encourage you to like the video. And if you like what I do with the channel and you enjoy the content that I do, I urge you to subscribe and click on the notification bell so you can get notified when the next one is coming up. Also, I urge you to join the membership club because every Monday I go recap the following week, both describe the days, what happened briefly. Then I go over the numbers, the mileage, and the expenses. And I have a ratio there that I've found. So It's called dollars over miles ratio. Join the membership and you'll see the videos with that. Plus, I add a little extra content. Sometimes I post pictures, especially of kitty cats or puppies. I posted a video, cute little puppy. His name was Hux. He came out and just was the cutest little thing. And he came out to greet me while I was making a Walmart Spark delivery. So it's stuff like that you get to see on top of it. But the main thing is the recap. So anyhow, but if you're also interested in the equipment that I use, the clothing that I wear, check out the links to the Amazon affiliates for the equipment and my store for the clothing and other apparel items. So check those out. So with that, we're going to call it. Tomorrow is Spark all day. I'll Spark here in the morning, then I'm going to head to Anniston. Hopefully I get my taxes back by then. Kind of curious if I owe or not. So, and then Thursday, Friday, we do the exact same thing as we did today. Spark in the morning, and then Dash in the afternoon. Take Saturday off, and then, unfortunately, this coming Friday is my wife's pick. Oh, God. I have a feeling it's going to be barbecue. And then, of course, then Saturday off, and then we do Spark all day Sunday. So, anyway, with that, hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will talk to you later. Bye.